welcome to Kitchen Counter Crafts. And today I'm going to go through this junk journal that I made from a book. And if you like the video, would you please like, subscribe, comment, and share? So let's get on with this junk journal. One of the things that I did was I didn't quite start from scratch. I wanted to use a book that already had a cover, and so I ended up using this pretty weird, crummy book, and it was just a prayer journal, but it was actually kind of strange. I didn't really like it, and so what I did was I took out a bunch of the different pages I'm going to show you, and then I kept some of the pages in the book, and then the rest of it I made into a junk journal. So I'm going to start with the cover. I actually sewed some fabric here so that it would cover up what the book was, and so I sewed onto this faux leather piece. It's just really a piece of cardboard, so it wasn't too difficult to get it through my machine. And as you can tell, my stitching was at an angle and not the most perfect. Same back here. It's not the best, but it doesn't matter. I think it kind of adds character to it. There's some glue bits here. I don't mind that either. And so this was the cover. And then I kept this sheet in here, the liner sheet, and I just added a paper clip over here. And this paper clip is pretty cute. So it's just a little piece of scrapbook paper and then a little butterfly on top of it. And then this I got from just a card that I had. So that is just paper clipped in here. And then over here, I actually stitched around a piece of fabric. And again, not the most perfect stitching, but I like it imperfect. And so you can see it in the back over here, making a little frame. So in here, I just have this that someone gave me over here with my name on it, and then just a little blank piece of cardstock. And then I stamped the word hope on a little piece of muslin and put that, just glued it on top. So that's the first page. And then back here where it was stitched up, I just really thought it made a cute little spot to write something in here. So I wrote a verse from 1 John 3:18. And then Treasure Books has these cute fold down envelopes that are easy to make, and it's a really nice journaling spot. But look how easy that is. You just fold it up and then it makes this really beautiful little envelope here. Then on this side, I did some stenciling and some more stitching on the back, and that stitching, oh, by the way, this has the prayer journal ribbon, and you can tell here where I took out some of those pages, and I think it just looks really cool to have all that left over. And on this one, it had a title of a chapter, and I just ripped that part off because I like the half torn look as well. So on this page, I put a belly band here. Doesn't look like one because I really was going to put a bookmark here, and then that bookmark kind of ended up being nice. And I put one of my favorite verses there from Matthew 5:26, do not worry, do not be afraid. And then on here I stitched first, and then I glued this, actually I sewed it into place here on the page, as you can see on this one. And then inside the belly band, I just have some paper that I glued here so it would cover up the words on this page that were making me insane. And then I just have a little Amazon remembrance from my sweet friend Stacy that she always sends me things. And then just a piece of little notepad that I just kind of tucked in here as well. All of a sudden, I didn't really have a theme for this other than prayer and scripture, but all of a sudden things were kind of starting to look blue, so I just kind of went with it. This is another one of those refrigerator pads, and so I just kind of put that on here. And then as I was doing a little bit of coffee dyeing, I just kind of put it on here also. But the way I folded that, I wanted to see the whole verse from Isaiah 41:10, fear not, for I am with you. Be not dismayed, for I am your God. And then I put something here. And then that's just the prayer page. This is a napkin that I decoupaged in here with little bits of old music sheet. And this is just a piece of craft paper that I also sewed, and a little tab here. Just doesn't do anything actually, just decoration. And here's the other half of that paper. Same thing on this side. On this side, I have another one of those cute little envelope clips. I have a video that shows you how to make these. And so if you want to know more about that, I also added a little charm to the paper clip and just some tickets and a Valentine's Day from my sweet daughter in a glassine envelope. The next page is just a little paint chip in here. And this part just opens up to nothing, just a blank piece of paper. And then on this side, I have some more napkin with music notes, trying to cover up some of the writing. And then another one of those fold down envelopes with a couple pieces of paper in there, just for a surprise. Oh, and then I also stenciled some numbers in there as well. Blank page, another paint chip here. And then I sewed some ribbon, lace over here, because this page was super plain and just kind of tone on tone. And here I've also sewed another piece of coffee dyed paper, and it doesn't really open up, because if you open up this side, you can see that I did that because I was trying to hide some more writing in here. So I just took that piece of paper and then I sewed this one, folded it. It's just some intricate folding, that's all. So I put a butterfly up here, and then I did some coffee stain music paper that I'm really happy the way that turned out. Super heavy duty paper that makes a lovely crinkling noise. And then just so people would know, that's a tab to open it up. I actually put this here, and it's the Standing on the Promises of God, and that's the song here. Okay, over here I hid the title that I didn't care for up there, and then it was like a really depressing prayer book on depression and all kinds of things, and I just wanted this happy journal, so I hid quite a bit of the things that were on there. So in this envelope, I want to just show you, all I did was I took a bill envelope, I stained it with coffee, I glued a piece of fabric on there. Then this is napkin to hide some of the things that were on there. And then I just have in there just a little note card, a phone call slip, a little 3x5, a thing from my eggs, which I love, and then the front of a card that someone gave me for Easter. So those are just some little treasures hidden in here. On this page, I have a little pocket that I made, a library pocket. Let me take that out. This is a manila folder piece that I sewed on here and just kind of coordinating papers. This is another little card with a napkin decoupage on there. Put that on there, and then a journaling card, a little piece of scrap paper with some stenciling, and I wrote note on there. This is a part of another card that someone gave me, and then this is something that my daughter painted. She loves to paint, and she does a beautiful job, so I thought that went really well in here. And then here's a great quote from Charles Spurgeon on spiritual warfare, so I kept that. And then I just glued a piece of scrapbook paper and put a little fake stamp on there. And then over here, you'll see this is the back of a card, an envelope that someone gave me. And my friend has beautiful penmanship. And so I just kind of put that over here, and there's just some paper here, but this is how that goes. And then this is, believe it or not, a little tag from a Queen flat sheet, if you can see it. I just thought that was kind of cute, and I put it on a paper clip so that I don't know why. I just did. Okay, there we go. There it is. And then let's see, another paper clip, and then this. I put here a little tab so that you could tell this is a journaling spot, and another little painting from my daughter. She does beautiful work. A couple slips of paper, and this is glued here with a punch, butterfly punch. This is some more stitching with a little bit of measuring tape type of things, and then just some graph paper to cover up writing. Another quote from Spurgeon, which I kept, but then I made this little library pocket to kind of hide the rest of that mess. And then this is just a little writing pad that I made from leftover paper. Gosh, I couldn't think about that. Okay, and then this is just a little slip of paper with another cute paper clip, another library pocket with bits of papers, and a tag that I made. And now I stitched on the top of this. I took some leftover fabrics and some lace and put that up on top. Here, this is a really easy thing to do, and that's just coffee dye some 3x5 index cards that you can get at the dollar store for super cheap. And then I was inking a butterfly here and it left a negative, so I thought that looked really pretty, so I left that. And then this is another one of those torn pages that I kind of glued a couple pages together to make them even stronger. And then I just glued these papers here. So the whole point of this journal, this is just glued over writing because, again, trying to hide whatever's there, but just took some lined paper. The whole point of this journal was to have a prayer journal and not use really what the other one had. It had too much writing and it just was really distracting. So I wanted my own, it says personalizing your prayers. I just wanted to personalize my own prayer journal, and I haven't started writing in it yet, but I just love the way it turned out. This last page, because you can tell where I ripped out a lot, it just kind of got kind of messy looking. And so this is one of the papers that I took out of another journal, and I stitched it here to the last bit of the liner. So you can see here, just took some fabric to give it some strength, and then left this kind of open. And I put a tab in here so that you can kind of tell that it comes out. So there's extra writing space on this side and also on this side. And then this is another time that I just took some craft paper, some scrapbook paper, and leftover bits and pieces of fabric to do that. And then the end is really, you can just see some stitching. So there's nothing much there. This, the closure is just a little strip of fabric. And when I stitched this down, I also just went ahead and stitched this around as well. So what I do to close this guy is I made that one short and this one super long so that it would wrap around and then tie it. And I just noticed my little paint chips is out, so put it back in here. So some purple, some blues, just colors that make me happy, a journal that makes me happy, and I am gonna start writing some of my prayers in there and maybe just some meditations. And so I hope you liked the video, and if you did, would you please give me some comments on what you think, or maybe some things that I could do different. And till next time, see you then. Bye-bye.